5 powerful steps to supercharge your prayers for health. Hi, I'm Fractal Future and welcome to the Vanguard of Light, where we help energy sensitive people take it to the next level. Really embrace this non-physical world because energy is real. Like, it is so real, and just slight nuances and changes in your energetic field can radically change your life. Completely change your life. But it's so easy to ignore, to pretend like, oh, it's not real, it's not there, I kind of got to change, but I didn't have a change. So here at the Vanguard of Light, we're here just to really embrace and uplift that this energy, non-physical world is real, and amazing change happens there. So 5 steps, 5 powerful steps to supercharge your prayers for health. So first step is blessings. Offering blessings to others, getting in that place of like, others deserve health too, right? Getting into that place of service. So it'd be just simply thinking of someone that maybe they're going through a physical health challenge and just feel like, man, God, source, universe, please give them health. Please give them, please have that work for them. Please have it, please have it go well. Please have them be released from that. And like, just put them first, of like, beginning of your prayers, like, have a prayer for them. Like, it goes well for them. And then if you want to supercharge that, is do that for someone you don't necessarily like. Yeah, it's a big one. Of like, oh, what? I don't like them. But no, pray that they get health. Because it's not like whatever happened between you and them, it's not like if they had a sickness or whichever, like that would make it like them suffering more sickness would have made them a nicer person. Like, that's not, that could be the actual thing. They could have been going through something that you might not even know they're going through, that actually kind of precipitated whatever conflict or thing that happened between you. So it's like just having a prayer for them too. If you want to supercharge it, if you're not there yet, don't worry about it, don't have to do it. But know that it's super powerful to even think of someone you don't like and be like, I wish health for you. Because it's going to lift them up to where you might not have the conflict, or whatever caused or happened in the past, it might not have happened if they had this health. Not to mention, it supercharges your prayer because you're injecting a whole new energy, a whole new dynamic, because you're set on like, I don't like this person, right? But now you're being requested to send them a prayer, which is in conflict with that. So that's like brand new energy. So now you're using the magic of brand new energy to bring to your health challenge, which then can make it change. Because for it to stay the way it is, things can't change. But now you're going to purposefully bring a change. And then you're going to be asking Source, God, the universe, to also bring in a change. But you're showing your willingness of like, hey, I'm willing to go first. I'm willing to be different. So step 2 is getting specific. Instead of just like, oh, I want more health. It's really vague and it's hard to, see that it happened, hard to measure, as opposed to getting specific on whatever your health challenge is. And even if it feels like it's vague, trying to get honed down of like, hey, this is what I kind of feel it to be. And like, this is what I would like it to be. This is the transformation I'd like to happen. So you can start seeing it change. Because when you think about it, it's like, does God have the answer to your health problem? Does God have the solution to it? I mean, obviously, yeah, right? How many people would say yes? Yeah. So it's really not like, a health problem. It's a lack of connection with God problem. A lack of relationship with God problem. Like, if I had the keys to your health issue and you knew me and could ask me, I would tell you. I'd be like, hey, it's this, right? And God's like that. It would happily help you with that. Now, there's a lot more other dynamics involved in health issues and stuff like that. There's a lot more going on. But having that relationship with your creator to give you the clear dynamics of like, okay, you got health issues for this reason. Here's the things that we need you to do, to move, to get through it, right? So it's really about getting specific so you can start building that relationship, as opposed to I want to be healthier. Then there's not really much connection of like, did you get healthier? Was it really Source, the universe, God that came in and helped you? And it's kind of like, oh, maybe that energy stuff's not real. And that's not what the non-physical, what God wants for it to be like, yeah, it's not real. Because it is. God's here. oh my gosh, and loves us deeply, like wants that connection. We desperately need it. So second part is to be specific. That helps hone in that relationship, because then when you're specific of like, I want to change this, and you get clear direction or clear healing, it came from a higher power. And you're like, oh, what? And that's just gonna, precipitate more connection. I'll be like, whoa, God's here, God's with me. Oh my gosh, I'm all in. My life's changed, right? So that's step 2 as to why you want to get specific. Okay, so moving on, step 3. Step 3 is to basically state and announce that, like, to source, to God, that, I fully agree to be on the path you have for me. I fully agree to be on God's path. Because if I'm not going to be on God's path, right? Like willingly, like, you're kind of chosen a path. You might not know you've chosen a path that way, but it's a path that's kind of like, yeah, God's not real, right? But you want a healing, but your free will is saying, I want to not believe God's real. It kind of handcuffs God. God can't come in and give you an amazing healing that then shows you God is real, because that violates your free will. Like that interferes. You're kind of locking God down, source down, so it's like, I freely agree to be on the path you have for me. So that's your third step. Just announce, I freely agree to be on your path because it's going to be best for you. And then the fourth one is also, I freely agree to have whatever is in my way to my healing to be removed. Because it's like the same thing. We could have like a resentment to a certain person. We could have this, and it's kind of like a free will choice, whether we did it unconsciously or consciously, but kind of got conditioned in. But just stating it like, I freely agree to have whatever's blocking my health be removed. Like I want to take my will, my intention of being sick out of there and say like, God, I willingly agree to have what's in my way be removed. Just take it. I'm good. Let's go. Let's do this. I trust you. Let's make it happen, right? So that's your number 4. And number 5, it's a big key one. This is a key one, is that I fully agree to hear what I have to do. Be in agreement that like you probably have to participate, and that also deepens this relationship. Because if you get from source that like, hey, I need you to take these 3 supplements at these times, and you do it and you hear that message, then source helped you heal. It was source that was directing you. Not like it just happened. And it's kind of like, well, maybe that non-physical, whatever, that energy stuff, that's not real. God's not real, not that real. Or he's, kind of real, but really far away, not like real, like right here where you can have that relationship where fully willing to be like, hey, you want to heal this health crisis? Let me guide you. Happily will guide you. So the 5th step is that like, I fully agree to hear and do what's requested of me, to hear what's my part. I fully agree to hear what's my part. What's my part? I want to know what my part is. I wish to have this healing. What's my part? What's my part in it? And it's only going to be for your benefit. That's only going to open you up to so much more amazingness, to have that co-creation and walk that path and be guided that way. Not to mention being guided by God is amazing. It's the best feeling when you realize it and you're kind of like, oh, I'm being guided. Oh my gosh, that feels really, really, really wonderful. So please do step 5 because it's super, super important. It's critical, and not to mention the benefits are way more than your healing of your health crisis. So let's go over the 5 steps. First step, get in the state of blessing of others, right? And you can up it by blessing someone you aren't necessarily fond of, right? So you're going to look past that, enter new information, kind of recognize being of light deserves healing too, right? And then step 2, we're going to get specific, right? So we know, source, the universe, God is making this change for us. We can see that, yeah, I requested this, boom, I've got the change. Then step 3 is we're going to agree to be on God's path. Because we could be off on a different path, and we're like, no, we're gonna get aligned with God. So that's 3, we're going to get aligned with God. Step 4, as we agree whatever's in our way of this healing, that we freely let it go. You know, we might have agreed to it, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, but we're freely saying, okay, I'm letting this one go, right? And number 5 is that we fully agree to like hear what's our part. And you might choose not to do your part, that's fine. But at least fully agree to hear it, to hear that this is what's being requested of you. So hopefully this helps and gives you like some hope of like, wait a second, this is going to turbocharge my prayer. You know, before I might have been saying, oh God, could you please give me this? And it's like, now it's like, oh, I've got some more agency here. I can do this prayer in a more powerful way and actually deepen this relationship with my Creator, who's obviously got all the answers. So if you like this, please give me a like. If you want to hear more content like this, just subscribe, hit that little notification. We'll be releasing content a lot because this energy stuff is so real and it's so magical, and it's just one thing can completely change your life. So until we talk again, have a blessed day or a blessed night.